Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and today we are doing a wrap up of Project UFO 2025 and introducing what we will be carrying into 2026 with us. So, first off, I swear, goodness gracious, I will not lie. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning filming this, so yeah, I am a little under caffeinated. I only got about 3.5 hours of sleep. So if I seem a little, that would be why. That would be why. So I had 25 projects on Project UFO for 2025. I still have, I completed or frogged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 25. So that's this percentage. Make sure I have everything right here. Yeah. So, once again, not like, I'm like right at that like 50% mark. Not horrible. I mean, to be honest, especially with Project Christmas Blanket, granted, 2 of those were on this list. I'm not horrifically unhappy with that number. Since we last did a Project UFO check-in, I did finish the Kaleidoscope Hexie. So picture of that here. To be honest, I'm filming this Christmas morning at 6 a.m. So this is actually tied up with a bow on it, ready to be gifted later tonight. So I'm not going to unwrap it to share here. I actually had thought I was going to film this last week or earlier this week. Things did not work out that way. Time. So I finished or frogged. We'll go through this. The ones that we were carrying over, we'll talk about those as part of 2026. But the crocheted log cabin shawl is MIA. So I'm calling that done. It will be frogged once I find it, but right now it is an MIA project. I cannot find it. I think I know where it is, but I can't get to where it is right now. The faded morning shawl will be frogged. I've got to pull that basket out. I was only just able to set up my ball winder again. I got a new table as an early Christmas gift. So that will be frogged before the new year. I finished my brick sweater. I frogged the Franken scarf. I finished my Musselburgh hat, my Atomic Hermione socks, my Meadow Stripe socks, the Addie Red Heart soft blankets. Actually, 3 blankets were part of Project Christmas Blanket. The half circle shawl, the Random Acts of Kindness shawl, the Hexie Mini, which became the Kaleidoscope, the 4-patch Granny, and the lemon peel blanket. So 3 of those did become part of Project Christmas Blanket. 1 was kind of intended to be, 2, it just worked out that way. So of what I finished, the fact 3 of these were blankets, I'm perfectly happy with that. I do have a couple blankets left to carry over. I do have a couple things that annoy me that I haven't finished, but it's okay. Like, once again, Project Christmas Blanket, if you're new to my channel, if you haven't kept up with like show and tells and stuff, that you're just coming for Project UFO content, there are a handful of you guys, and I am very grateful for you. But if you aren't watching my regular content, you will not understand how Project Christmas Blanket took over my life. I have 4 stepsons. 2 are married, and those 2 have 2 children. So I have 10 family members that don't live in this household that are. And it started, so I made these panels, and I thought they would be a really nice project for one of my stepson's wives. Then I started putting together the Kaleidoscope Hexie and was like, you know what? Another one of my daughter-in-laws would really like this. Then I got a bee in my bonnet and decided I wanted to crochet a quilt. And I realized my youngest granddaughter, that would be a good blanket for her. So like, between the combination of those 3 events, it's like, okay, I can't make a blanket for 3, even if I just did the girls 4. and not do the whole family. So it became, I need to make 10 blankets by Christmas. I finished everything. Everything's ready to go. Everybody's wrapped up, tied with bows and stuff. They will get them tonight. But that took over my knitting and crochet time pretty much the entire year, to the point like I started alternating weeks that I was doing show and tells, because everything was like, okay, I made progress on this blanket. I made progress on this blanket. I made progress on this blanket, but there wasn't like anything to show other than there was some amount of progress made on the same blankets you were seeing every single week. But it took over my entire life, especially the last 6 months. All of my walk time has been knitting and crocheting these blankets. All of my car rides have been knitting and crocheting these blankets, waiting for doctor's appointments. I literally took an entire blanket that I was putting a border on in the car with me, because it was the last one I was finishing. And it was like, I took this entire blanket in the car with me to work on the border. That's how like just all consuming this has been. So I'm very excited to have it done. I love the blankets. Don't get me wrong. They turned out fantastic. I am so ready for something else. I am so ready to finish some other projects, to work on some other things. So, I have printed out my 2026 list, which includes a couple of things I'm including that weren't previously on here. We have a different designation, and we have everything that I haven't finished for this year so far. There is a chance one of these will be finished before New Year, but I'm going to count it towards 2026 as far as Project UFO. It'll probably go to 2025's yarn usage goals, but problem for another day, I suppose. Or I could just mark it off and make it clear. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. No. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21 projects. So a little bit better than what we were bringing into 2025, I suppose. We do have 2, 4, 6, 7 for 2025 that are being brought in. One might be finished before the end of the year, because that's like my current active WIP. 2 of them technically are, but that's, once again, neither here nor there. Let's just go down the list here. If I have it nearby and can get a decent picture of it fairly easily, I will try to include where we are on these projects before I start on them. So Snowman Table Runner is a pre-2020 project. So I started this probably around 15 years ago. 15, 16 years ago. It's been a very long time. I don't have much on this that needs to be done. It's just the snowflakes that are on the top of each section of the design. It's a printed embroidery project. Once again, this falls in the category of there's just no excuse. Part of it is like, I know I made the stitches for the snowflakes too small. So in order to maintain consistency, it takes forever and 3 years to do these snowflakes. So I understand like theoretically why it's taking me this long, but it's kind of stupid that it's taken me 16 years to finish this. I pick it up like once every 3 years. Next on the list here is my peppermint swirl blanket. So I've actually had 3 different people reach out and talk about turning this into a MAL, because a number of us have started this blanket and none of us have finished this blanket. So, and there are a couple people who want to start this blanket. So this is the Red Heart pattern, and I have a number of my swirls done. I've got to figure out where I am on this blanket, and in order to make the peppermint swirls, I actually have to watch the tutorial from Mikey at Crochet Crowd. That's the only way I've successfully made these squares. So that is why this hasn't been finished. I know exactly why this hasn't been finished. Next up, the hexagon nap blanket. So this is one of those no excuses. I think I only have like 3 inches left to go on this, and it should be tall enough. I want it to be about 5'5" from flat edge to flat edge. So I don't have that far to go on this. It's just, this is where we are. The pickle jar scarf. This has driven me crazy that I haven't finished this. This and the nap blanket are from 2021. There's no reason why I shouldn't have finished this. This is one of those I casually pick it up, put like 2 skeins of yarn into it, and then it gets tucked away again. Like, this should be one of those projects that I'm taking in the car with me, that goes on road trips with me, that is, the mindless movie knitting stuff. I don't know why, but I would like to reclaim my needle from this project. So maybe this is the year I will finally finish this scarf. And I have the yarn to do a matching hat. So let's see how long it takes to do that. Because I was thinking there was a pattern before the Musselburgh hat that is also a double layer hat. And that was my original thought, was to do that hat. So now, like, the Musselburgh is the double layer hat everybody's doing. So I might do a Musselburgh. I don't know. But I have the yarn for a matching hat. Spring circle and square blanket. So this got packaged up when we moved. Like, that's part of why this didn't get done in a timely fashion. This is 2022 now. It's in the closet. I just haven't pulled it out. Project Christmas blanket kind of derailed a lot of things like that. I think almost all of the squares are done. It just needs to be put together and bordered. I think I have like 3 or 4 squares that need to be finished. So it's not going to be a big project when I pull it out. It just needs to be pulled out and finished. Casper the Snowman. So the box for this is buried in my closet. I am reasonably sure most of this is done. I've got the eggnog and the tree out here. The gingerbread woman is another one where I can't remember if I started it or not. It may be finished. I don't know. So I need to get that box out and see if I didn't already finish this, because there's this huge chance I may have actually finished this. Arrow scarf. So we moved here. This is 2023 now. In moving here, this got shelved and got put away. So it's just one of those projects I haven't worked on because it in the transition, it got hidden from sight. I haven't worked on it. It shouldn't take me too horribly long to finish it. It's a fairly easy, straightforward pattern. I really like using the Rowan yarn for this. This is also completing, correcting what to me was a grievous misconduct by Jimmy Bean Wool in their subscription boxes. Because the yarns were gorgeous, the getting them in bits still irks me. The Ease Light Poncho Chalette. So this is one that may get frogged. I need to pull it out, see how I feel about it, and then I'll make the decision. But this may get frogged. 2024, the Dewdrop Shawl. So this is from February 2024. This was Fiber Studio, Charlotte, North Carolina. This was the February subscription box, Bellwether subscription box for 2024. I am working on it. I want this finished object so bad. So this will be finished eventually. It's a pinks shawl. It's very pretty. It's very, very pretty. And it's so soft. The yarn they sent. Oh, just wait till I pull it back out. It is. The tan and white granny sweater. So I just, once again, this year did not have time to finish it. I meant to. I have the black one already done. I really want to finish this one. Printed cross stitch, Christmas printed cross stitch. So this was sent to me to unbox here on the channel. I started it. I have not finished it. I would like to reasonably get some good work done on it this year. I don't know if they'll finish it. As with most embroidery things, they just take me forever. I'm not super excited by them in general. So, hold on one second. Someone cute, black, and floofy was hanging out at the door and wanted to be let in. Sorry about that. And I love his little like squidge down. He's just like, no, 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 no. So anyway, back to 2025 started, but incomplete projects. We have the Kisa tee, and this is a free pattern from Hobie. We're going to hear this over and over again for the 2025 projects. Project Christmas Blanket took over my life, period. Like that's what happened. Like I said, under-caffeinated, early in the morning. Next up, multi-directional tee. So this is a free pattern from Premier. I'm using Knit Picks Brava for this sweater. And I didn't make it very far before, once again, other things took over, but also Project Christmas Blanket. The Rosewater shawl and the sock set shawlette were both supposed to be part of my review for the Simply Sock Yarn Company subscription box. Not just Project Christmas Blanket, but these are fingering weight projects, to be fair. But yeah, between Project Christmas Blanket and just those will be rolling into the new year with us. And they will be beautiful, stunning, amazing finished projects. Like I still want these FOs, so these will get done. My Christmas socks. So this is one of two I'm actively kind of currently working on. And it's just because these are the only socks I have cast on right now. I have not cast on another pair of socks. There's no toes hanging out in my house right now. So I need to have a cast on party one week and just cast on like 15 pairs of socks for Troy and for me. But because of Project Christmas Blanket, I did not hit my goal of us having matching socks. So now he's trying to go into the bathroom. Banner. I've had that door covered most of the year because I leave the door in between. That's where their litter box is. I'd leave that door shut from this side. So I think he forgot there's a door in here. So if you can hear that, I'm very sorry. But yeah, so Project Christmas Blanket overrode cute matching Christmas socks for me and my husband. So on the list of projects, I did do my 2026 goals is having the matching socks for us for Christmas. But right now I'm like actively working on them because that's like my car project. But at the same time, like I'm not trying to finish those. At this point, it doesn't matter. Today's Christmas Day. They're not done. It doesn't matter. Like as of filming it, it's Christmas morning. Next up, we have the Cedar Halloween Mal blanket. So once again, we still have tons of blankets on this list. As you can tell, I'm normally not one to make that many blankets. I normally do scrap gans and those get done fairly quickly just because I kind of passively make squares. But when I'm sitting down to make a blanket project, those generally don't get done in a year or two. So hopefully I can finish that this year. I made excellent progress at the beginning of the Mal in October, but Project Christmas Blanket. Last on here is also from October. This is my Prairie Shawl. So this is another free pattern from Premier. I started this in October as part of the Mal, and that was Deep Stash. So the yarn I'm using is Debbie Stoller Stitch Nation. And I think it's the Alpaca blend, but in the color Peacock. I was originally going to do a plum border on it, but I have just enough yarn to finish the entire shawl using the Peacock. So this will be a Peacock shawl. I am on the final edge. Like I am doing the sawtooth border, but I can only do about 6 or 7 of those before my eyes start getting really tired. I don't know why. I had no problem. The last section of the shawl that was straight knit was about this long. So about 2.5, 3 inches. No problem with that. But as soon as I started that sawtooth edge, my eyes just start going after about 4 or 5 saw teeth. So it is taking me longer than I thought to make this shawl, but it still might get done before New Year. So that's one where I may have to make note, like when this gets finished. Now, I do have this section down here, and it's because it feels unfair to have these as part of the proper project UFO, but these are scrap projects that are probably going to take me years to complete. And right now I've got 3 on here. My fingering weight scrap square wrap. So it's maybe 25 to 30% done. But this is just using fingering weight scraps. I'm taking leftover skeins that are less than 10 grams and putting them into this. So 1, I have to make scraps. 2, I have to put them in there. I do have a number of scraps that I can put in this year. So I want to make some progress on this, but I'm not saying this needs to be done this year because once again, I want a good variety. As we've seen, and as I've said multiple times, the more colors you put into a scrap can, the better it looks. And I want my scrap wrap to be dynamic and exciting. Therefore, more colors will be needed. Next up, we have a C2C/DK or C2C DK/sport weight scrap blanket. So this is just a full-size blanket using my DK and sport weight scraps. So once again, as I make scraps, they're going into this blanket, but how far we'll get by the end of the year, who knows? But this is just an ongoing process. Next up is a scrap knit miter square blanket. So again, this isn't something I want to say have done next year by the end of 2027. I just want it done eventually, but I also don't want to forget that it is a project. Sorry. He came back and he's doing the ankle, pay attention to me. I think he wants to go back out. He is not a fan of closed doors like many cats, but in particular, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not down for that. Yeah. Who's your good shoo-shoo? You good shoo-shoo? I'll let you out in just a second. He hears the bird outside my window too, which isn't helping. So anyway, that is all of the projects. Like I'm bringing fewer projects into 2026, which is great. That means I did make progress, albeit awkward progress. We have a number of these that have substantial work put into them. Like the Kisa Tee's 50% done. The Prairie Shawl's more than 50% done. The Cedar Mal is like 35, 40% done. The the oldest one on here, the Snowman Table Runner, is like 90% done. The Pickle Jar Scarf is over 50%. The Peppermint Swirl, I think, is over 50%. So, I mean, we have a lot of these. The Hexagon Nap Blanket, like these are substantially on their way. In theory, I could do like 4 of these in a month. Just boom, 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 boom. He's back at the door again. He got a new toy. So anyway, that is where we're going. What do you have that you're bringing in to 2026? Are you guys going to play along with the make-along? Because January's month for the year of the make-alongs is working on our languishing WIPs and UFOs. So let me know. Are you going to participate? Are you going to jump in on that? Are we going to get stuff done in January? Anyway, I love you. I hope that you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. As always, I look forward to seeing you guys real soon. Please take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.